All right, so my grandfather was hired by the Sisters of Providence in the late 1930s, and he grew up in Ferdinand, Indiana, and came up here to work for the sisters. And he was the superintendent, I think is the best way to describe what he did. But he took care of the sisters, he took care of all of the property, and when it was Ladywood, it was a lot larger. And he was the chauffeur for the students that were boarders here, and took care of all the buildings, all of the grounds. He planted a lot of the trees, the flowers, mowed the yards, did the snowplow, did everything. And then my mom and dad, or my mom and my aunt, lived here on campus. So there were a series of buildings. My grandpa and my grandma lived on campus, and my mom and dad, my mom and my aunt were students here, and they lived here and grew up here. And they lived here until actually right before I started. They moved out the summer of 1984, so right before I started my freshman year. Yeah, it was a very special time. And everybody knew my grandpa. The teachers knew my grandpa, and the administrators knew him, knew my mom, knew my aunt, knew my grandmother. My grandmother worked in the cafeteria as well while she was here, and she took care of things. So it was just a very special time. And every time I would drive up the hill, it just feels like coming home. I mean, I grew up here, and I remember what the campus looked like before its current iteration. But it feels like home here. Well, we were a scrappy bunch of people. And, when I think about it, when I started in 1984, women had only been admitted into Cathedral for 8 years. So even though Cathedral, which was an all-boys school, moved to the all-girls school campus, there were still things that I probably didn't realize it at the time, but it was still a lot about the boys. But it was a great experience for me. And the sky was really the limit. We were only about 600 students, so there were a lot of opportunities for everybody. And Cathedral was back then, as it is now, what you make of it. So I was lucky enough to be elected class president a couple of times. My sophomore and my senior year, I was very involved in student government. I was a photographer, so we had a dark room here, and so I would develop film, take pictures. I was part of the Valkyries for the wrestling team with Mr. Rhodes, so it was a fun time. I didn't really think about it at the time. It didn't seem particularly challenging. I probably didn't realize that we didn't have some of the opportunities that the boys did as far as many sports. But certainly all the academic opportunities were definitely open for us, any type of student government. And I always kind of felt like the women were leading the way, even back in the 80s.
Women leading the way.
So in my particular class, there was another one of my classmates, Sheila McDermott. So just between the two of us, we were class president. She was class president freshman year and junior year, and I was president sophomore and senior year. We had several of the classes had female class presidents, and we're heavily involved in student government. And the very first team to win a state championship was the girls' tennis team. So that happened while I was here, too, in the spring of 1986. It was a lot of fun, yes. So I was friends with several of those girls. My brother is 2 years ahead of me, and so he had classmates on that team as well. Cathedral is, even though I grew up on the north side of Indianapolis, I met so many people from all over the city. So I was driving as a 16-year-old all over the city to visit friends and getting to know people. So, yeah. Yes, it was very exciting. I definitely felt that when my children arrived back on this campus that I was with my people again. So they had a great experience. Cathedral took great care of them, and they had a remarkable academic experience here, and it prepared them well for college. For me, Mrs. Ford, and I would say I was not a stellar math student, but she took pity on me. We had, let me think who else. Oh, I have Mrs. Bundy as a freshman English teacher. She was fabulous. And Mrs. Kavanaugh for religion. We had a Mr. Kovach and Mr. Mauger for our science classes. And and Mrs. Baxter. So that was right about the time that AP classes were starting. And AP English, I believe, was the first AP class that was ever offered at Cathedral. And I was able to be in that class, and we had this fabulous teacher, Mrs. Baxter, and she was really, I don't know, kind of a little bit out of the box, but she was a fabulous teacher. I remember coming back with Mrs. Ford and talking to Mrs. Ford after I graduated, and I was a young mom and working at my family's business. And she asked how I was doing, and I said, I'm just so busy. I'm so tired. I'm doing all of these things. And she goes, "You realize you were exactly like that in high school, don't you?" So Mrs. Kavanaugh, she was a religion teacher, and she really was very encouraging. Mrs. Kohler, very encouraging of us. And Mr. Rhodes, I mean, we were part of the, as a Valkyrie, that's basically back then, it was like being like a manager maybe for the wrestling team, but he definitely empowered us. We ran the team a lot. He coached the team, but we were definitely running it behind the scenes. And he expected a lot out of us, and we gave him a lot of effort. So, yeah. I think I had a dad in particular who definitely instilled in me, if I wanted to do what the boys do, I need to put myself where the boys are. And so that made me confident that I could perform in a classroom. I could perform in college. Most of my adult life has been spent in a male arena, and none of that intimidates me. And so I learned, I think early on, that if you just say yes, just keep saying yes. Because if you worry about all of the things you don't know, you'll never go forward, because the only way you learn is by doing. So you just have to say yes. And don't be afraid of challenges. Life is a challenge. No one's guaranteeing you an easy path. So you just have to go through it. Well, obviously it was dedicated to Mary. It was named Ladywood. This campus was originally named Ladywood. And Cathedral's patroness is Mary. And I love that everywhere you go around Cathedral's campus, you see Mary. She's everywhere. And now we have this beautiful new grotto that greets everybody as you come up the hill. But I feel that we are under her loving protection every day. With her leading, we shall not tire. It means that with Mary guiding us, that everything will be okay. And when I agreed to be the board chair here, I went into the chapel and I prayed, and I asked Mary to watch over me and protect me, and to make the best decisions for the school. So the entire time I was board chair, I felt her with me. It's very exciting to me. I mean, I just feel that I love celebrating all of the accomplishments and achievements that our Cathedral women have done, whether you have been a teacher, an administrator, a student, now a graduate. We should be celebrated. Women should be celebrated here. I hope that Cathedral women feel the love. I hope they feel appreciated. I hope they feel seen and heard, and that we are cheering them on and following them even beyond their time here at Cathedral and wishing the best for them.